Yes, hi everyone. It's Cax Isaac Egesa once again. So for the cultural question assessment, I did it and I like it because the assessment really shows the different cultural perspectives of life. I enjoyed doing the assessment because it really it indicated what my culture looks like and other people's culture looks like. So the discussion question was what was one area you scored highly in the cultural assessment? So the one that I scored highly, I got a 7, was I enjoy interacting with people from different cultures. I scored highly in that area because my personal relationship with others is always good. When I meet people from different areas, I like interacting with them. I like knowing how their culture looks like and what they find new in my culture, to just compare the cultural differences and see what they like here and what maybe they wouldn't like in my culture. I scored a 7 there because I enjoy interacting with other people. And another area where I scored a 7 highly was I know the rules for expressing non-verbal behavior in other cultures. At first, before knowing what could offend other cultures, I didn't know what I could say to them and what could offend them, what to say and what not to say. But now that I have had a relationship with other people from other cultures, now I know what to say and what not to say. So I scored highly in that area because I know what to do. And I scored a 7 in the section where it says I alter my facial expression when a cross-culture interaction requires it. I think that's generally me. That's how I do. Like I always put a facial expression to show what I'm really talking about. When I'm sad, I put a facial expression that is sad. When I'm happy, the facial expression is always happy. So that is my personal ability that I always do. So I scored highly in those areas, which are not a shock to me or a surprise because that's my normal living here. And the other question was saying, and what is one area in particular you want to work and develop? Why? I think this question tells me where I scored the least. Let me check. The least that I scored a 1 in I change my verbal behavior when a cross-culture interaction requires it. Honestly, this is how I talk, so I can't change my verbal sorry, I can't change my verbal behavior because I'm with another person. I'm not two-sided, or I'm not a two-way person. The way I speak with my normal culture people is the way I speak with other people from different cultures. So I scored a 1 there, and I don't think I need to work on it because it's me. I don't need to, I call it, maybe I can look at it as pretending, because when I'm talking with other cultures, I talk like this. Then a person from another culture, I don't need to change the way I talk. I need to stay the same. There I scored a 1, which was low. And then another place where I scored lowest was I scored a 2 in I know the marriage system of the other cultures. Of course, for that, I would want to know how it is, but I don't know the marriage system, how it operates with other cultures. For us here, the marriage is traditional, and that's how it goes. I've never been on another marriage system for people from a different culture. So for that, I don't know how it operates, but I would like to know. Where did I score that? Another thing where I scored a 3, which was low, is a point where I am sure I can deal with the stresses of adjusting to the culture that is new to me. Honestly, I don't know how to deal with stress. I don't really know how to deal with stress. It doesn't matter whether it's my culture or from a different culture. I don't know how to deal with stress. That's one thing I'm really even praying to God to just help me learn how to handle stress. yeah, I scored lowest there in those three sections, and I shared what I scored highly in the sections. The other question was saying about watching videos and discussing what we got from the videos. What stood out for you from the videos? I watched the videos, but what stood out for me was a video about breakfast in different cultures and a video about body language. For breakfast, actually, I was impressed how other cultures or countries have their breakfast, where they have they can have a fruit, they have sausages. For us here, breakfast, we don't even have fruits. Maybe it depends on someone. Maybe if you're rich, you can have whatever you want. But generally, the tradition, we just eat bread, and we don't normally do toast bread. We just get our normal bread, and we spread margarine, peanut paste, plus tea. That's our breakfast. Sometimes we take porridge, sometimes milk, sometimes our local tea here. So that's our breakfast here. So I'm glad to know that Britain, German gets a different breakfast from Canada, from Morocco. So I'm glad to know that. I was surprised about that. I thought that all the European countries have the same breakfast, and it wasn't a big deal. And another thing that stood out for me was the body language. There are some cultures that when they are saying hi to each other, they come and kiss on the side of the cheeks. Some just shake hands. Some cultures just hug. Actually, for us here, we kneel. Our traditional culture here, maybe if we are a youth, the young kids here, they have to kneel down to greet the parents, the elderly. That's our tradition here. But if you're the same age, you can shake hands, you can just hug. It's just fine. But for young kids or young people, they have to kneel down when they are greeting what? The elders. So that is the body language that stood out for me in the videos I watched. And the other question that stood out for me was, have you ever had a moment where you experienced cultural differences with someone else? They shown in the video. What happened? What did you learn through the experience? For this, I normally share this video where I said words that I wasn't supposed to say. I didn't know that the words I said could offend a person from another culture. For example, I met some, were they Americans? I met some American friends here, and that was my first time meeting the Americans. So we became friends, but the words I could use could mean different in their perspective. I used to use words like stubborn. First here, stubborn means totally different than what it means to you there. First, stubborn is someone that is funny, someone that is jolly, yet for Americans, it means something different. And another word I used that was so bad, and I regret using it, which I learned, and now I can't use it again, was I used the word fat. I like fat, big. I use that word not knowing that it offends the ladies or the girls from America. I don't remember the coincidence well, but I was like, oh yeah, you're fat. She asked me how she is, the body shape. I'm like, oh yeah, you're fat. For you, you're thin. And the one that I told fat, she cried, and we solved it after. We solved that issue after like a week, because she felt offended by me. I didn't know what I said that offended her, because for us here, when someone tells you you're fat, we don't even care about that, because to us, fat can mean you're healthy, you eat well. Yet in their culture, in the American culture, it means maybe you're not eating well. It's something to mean ugly, but for us here, it doesn't mean anything like ugly. So I said that to her. It was a big case until when I met the girls again, and they explained to me, they're like, oh, you can't use that word, it's so bad for us. I'm like, oh, for us here, it's a totally different word to use. So I'm like, from that day onwards, I learned when I meet people from other cultures, I first tell them, when I use someone that offends you, tell me, because I can't say anything bad to you. I can't be mean to you. Just know it means something else in our country. So that's it. Thank you so much. May God bless you and stay blessed. Bye.